Hey folks, Thursday 27th of October 2022 and spooky markets, big up day and a reversal to match it yesterday on equities. Of course, some of these large tech companies like Meta and Alphabet coming out with pretty soft earnings. Facebook down 23 odd percent after market and pre-market now this morning. So really some big stuff really going to hit these markets and keep us off the highs. So looking across the markets here, we're seeing SPOOs trading 38.55s, but let's kind of focus on the data slate for today. Some big stuff. ECB 1:15 GMT. We're going to have the rate decision out of the ECB here from Christine Lagarde. Half an hour later, we're going to get the press conference from her. That'll be at 1:45. But in between the statement or the interest rate decision, 15 minutes after that, we're going to get US GDP quarter on quarter, PCE prices, initial jobless claims. So it's all in there. Then the ECB, and then we'll go through to the US Open and it'll kind of be quieting down a little bit at that point. Again, some earnings to come today. Nothing hugely interesting. Some oil companies coming out, and of course then tomorrow, big stuff. Further PCE data to come out of the US. A lot of European countries releasing their GDPs like Spain, France, Germany in the morning, tomorrow morning, and then we get into the core PCE price index and headline PCE price price index tomorrow. So what are we seeing on the markets here? Okay, well, number one, let's get on to equities. We'll say goodbye to the DAX here. Hello to the NASDAQ. So just to get a good run through here, we are supported from these lows, 2 weeks ago here, from on the Nasdaq coming into this trend channel, this compression area here, the regression channel here. As you can see, that really coming into play as the low of the year so far. Bid up into the 11,583s just here, and it just can't hold it up here. Just can't hold it. Really bad earnings for the darlings of the Nasdaq. Of course, the FANG stocks not having a good time. So essentially, what can we say? I don't know. I mean, I'm going to find it very hard for this market to rally on. It will be on the back of, if it does, it's going to be taking, positive GDP prints. What else is it going to be looking for? It's going to be pricing in the Fed pivot really to come in at the November meeting, which we'll get next Tuesday. Of course, stay tuned for that meeting live. And so a lot has been set up for this Fed meeting really next week. And of course, we get ECB today. And, I think Christine is going to hold the ship pretty steady there for the rate decision. So, on the S&P, we'll have a look here. Really, what can we see from the daily bars here? We're looking at supports at the 38.29. So just zoom in a bit here. 38.29. So a big doji yesterday. I did mark this late last night when I got back to the markets in the Discord. I did say, interesting, we had a big excursion to the upside and actually closed. I think it was at the time, it was about 9:30. The electronic market was about to close. I thought we were about down negative 0.2% at the time, but nonetheless, we've got a big old doji here right above this 38.29s. For this market to get any higher, we need the market to hold this above 38.29s today. And if we close below here, I'd be selling any bids tomorrow. To come back down, and we will stretch the legs on the bear trend to the downside in the following weeks, I think. So, quite a line in the sand here for me on the SPOOs, 38.29 3/4. Looking on the Dow, do I see anything? I mean, look, make no mistake, there are dip buyers at work here in this, and we are rallying out of those 2-week lows there. So, it's very hard to fight the trend here, which is currently down, currently up on, the short term, but it's definitely down in the medium term. So it's just kind of, for me, I don't know if the Dow could get to 32,656s here, but if it does, I'd probably be looking for another short, to be honest. I'll probably be looking for that short to come down. So, sorry, I'm just going to go on a little bit longer here, and on this recording. We'll just minimize that down. We'll get rid of that on the SPOOs. Another thing to note on cable is we have, as I said, we would get back through this gap now with the appointment of Rishi Sunak. And really, I was warning the guys there 2 days ago to just not look for the shorts against the bottom of the bottom of the gap. Because I think effectively the market did and does want to trade through this gap back up now that we have, some confidence restored in the pound and the UK economy. And indeed, we held VWAP most of yesterday, and then the bids coming in at the 8 o'clock bell there in the morning, GMT, and then just up to the, I think it was 16.19, spot 16.19. So then just, kind of pull back in on VWAP and bid again and go flat for the rest of the day. So now, really what I'm looking at on the top right of your screen for cable is for it to come back down, test supports on the bottom of the gap, maybe even have a little flush out here, and then get on with the getting on of closing the gap up to 1.1817's target there. So, it's not a case of just barreling into the longs right now and just, grinning and bearing the pain until the gap closes. But, there you go. All right, dollar up right now as well. That's cable. Let's see what else. Oil. Let's look at oil here as well. Very, very tricky stuff. Bit of a build yesterday on DOE. But, the market doesn't really care or trade DOE at this time. But nonetheless, pretty nice day to the upside had yesterday. We can kind of see the breadth on the market here was, just calculate this. The kind of low to high was coming in around, let me just zoom that out. Yeah, 5% day. So, 5% day, about $4.27 to the upside there. So, still holding gains here, 0.2 up. We are trading below this invasion below top high, back adjusted 88.68 on the Z contract. But look at the shape of this weekly bar market here. Doji, big buying week, pulled back last week. By about, I would say, 62% on the fibs there, back into the 09 low, 84.30s. Doji, last week, and now we're kind of rallying bid this week to continue. Now, I think when this week is all said and done, we'll actually have a high above the 92s here, about 92.81s, but certainly targets up 91.30s, the 2001 low. All right, so, really just mark your cards on that one and get ready for higher prices on oil. And we have, we have the SPR in here, multiple releases, and all the lowest we've gone is about $74 here. So that's oil. To stay out of trouble, I would not be looking to barrel into longs where it is now. I probably want to see a pullback somewhere below pivot here to then look for the push above. We might not even get that opportunity in this session, but we'll have a detailed look at that as usual around 145 here in the Discord. So dollar, remember I said this morning, it was holding imbalance. It is balanced up, meaning, the mentees know what I mean. The team traders know what I mean. And so we do expect higher prices on dollar today, retracing some of those woes of yesterday. Large selling down day, and we are going to curl back in euro on the back of that. Nat gas, no comments at the moment, not worth trading. And gold, just to finish off this kind of recap around the place, might see some nice buying today, but ultimately for me, I think gold, a lot of people turning bearish gold, bullish silver at the moment, given the capacity of stores in London on silver at the moment. Do I want to take a trade on gold? Not really. I think there's better markets to trade out there, to be honest. But nonetheless, looking at this, I think we are supported 1646 in gold. And look at every time we have printed over the last couple of weeks here, below that level, just rallied back. So the strength this week is just below there. All right, that is it for me for another pre-US session. Take care of yourself today. Big data day and more to come tomorrow. All right, have a good one.